This rule will save you hundreds, if not even thousands, of hours in your life. Attention! For this video, I want you 100% focus, so that you will get the most out of this video. Do not distract yourself while watching it. Thank you for subscribing, liking and commenting. Welcome to Mind Mentor. Today we will talk about the 80-20 rule or Pareto Principle. So, what is the 80-20 rule exactly? Well, to put that easy, it means that 20% of your work will be 80% of your results. So, the same is vice versa too. That the remaining 80% of work you will do will only result in 20% of the results you will make. This can seem to be a bit weird at the beginning, hearing that for the first time. But I will make you an easy example. So let's say you have a test on Friday and you want to learn for that test. You can learn for either 1 hour or 5 hours. If you learn for only 1 hour, so only learning 20% of the 5 hours, you will get the grade 2, if 1 is the best grade for the test. So you already have 80% of the result. But if you learn for 5 hours, so 80% more learning, you will get the grade 1 for the test. A 20% better result than the grade 2. So you can basically learn only 1 hour for the grade 2 or learn 5 hours for the grade 1. And in my opinion, you should always learn 1 hour for the grade 2 instead of learning 5 hours for the grade 1. Because this will firstly save time. I mean, if you learn only 1 hour, you will save 4 hours of your time. And this you can multiply for every test you ever have. And let's say in 1 year school, you have around 50 tests. 50 tests times 4 hours is 200. So you save, with the 80-20 rule, 200 hours in just 1 year. These are 8.33 days worth of time. And this is while you only save time with learning. Imagine you implement that rule everywhere in every aspect in your life. You will easily save 1,000 hours in 1 year, maybe even more. But this rule does not only apply to grades, also in business. Most often, 20% of the products make 80% of the profit, which is interesting for everybody who wants to start a business, so they know what kind of products they should keep selling and which should be discontinued. The same rule applies in sports. Only 20% of footballers make 80% of the money earned in football. This 20% are the best, but those get also the highest rewards. So, how can you implement this rule into your life? Well, therefore, I have a good answer. And this idea was proposed in a fantastic book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. He said that to apply the 80-20 rule, you should see what kind of work in school or work and even in your business will bring you the most results. So he said that you should think about a day in which you can only work for 4 hours. What would you do to use the time as effectively as possible? So imagine, really close your eyes. Imagine you could only have 4 hours of time learning and you maybe have 2 tests or 3 tests. Or you only have 4 hours for your work or your business? What are the most crucial parts? The most crucial tasks that will get you the most results? So open your eyes and write those down on a paper. Now, after taking notes, think about the things you will do if you would only have 4 hours for work. And this is interesting. What will you do in those precious 4 hours? What is important to do? What 20% of task will give you 80% of result? And so you even can make, let's say, a negative one. What kind of tasks that are 80% of work are so useless you don't even need to do them because they only give you 20% of results? Pause the video and write down negative tasks. So tasks that take up 80% of your work but only result in 20% of your results. Think about them and write them down. So I will give you, from my perspective, a positive example. For me it will be, as a YouTuber, there are only 4 essential tasks. First is to write a script. Second, to record the video. Third is to cut and edit the video. Fourth is to upload, but that is not a big step, and create a thumbnail. But those 2 things are really more like one thing because I can do both simultaneously and they do not take much time. And here I will also give you negative examples from my own. I don't need to change my YouTube banner or profile picture every week or to have a highly dopamine edit. I don't need a really good profile picture or an astonishing YouTube banner because this thing will bring me only 20% of the results for 80% of work. After doing so, you will from now on only do the most essential task and ignore every other task you don't need. And yes, there are tasks that are useless, but you have to do them, like emails. But for that, just do them once a week, if really necessary. For that, Timothy Ferris also has, not only in a negative, you should also do them in a positive, a good example. You should batch them. To batch all the work and do them in one go. Also, batching is explained in the book The 4-Hour Workweek. But this is simple. It is to just wait with your task until you can do multiple things of the same task in one go. For that, I have an easy example, like washing your clothes. You do not wash only one piece of cloth. You ideally wait 1 or 2 weeks and then wash all your clothes together to not have to do it singular with every piece of cloth you have. So, batching is waiting until you can do the same task multiple times in a row so you stay and keep in a workflow and don't have to change it up every time. So you also save time. So, to conclude everything, the 80-20 rule is simply saying that 20% of work leads to 80% of results. And the last 80% of work only lead to 20% results. This rule applies to school, work, sports, and almost every aspect of your life. To know what your essential 20% of work are to get 80% of results, write down what task you would do if you only had 4 hours in a week for doing work. So you are forced to only choose work that really brings you results and ignore the rest of the task that don't bring you as much value. This rule will save you hundreds, even thousands of hours in a year. As we just had at the example in the beginning with school. And try to batch your work. So, to not do one task and then switch it immediately up for another task, but to do the same task over and over again so you stay in a workflow and save much more time. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting. and next week you will get the next step. I am Mind Mentor, and I am content to bring and help you through this journey. I will upload one video a week on Saturday, so you have enough time to get used to every step you will take. Until then, make your family, God, or yourself proud.